Shekalim, Perek Beis, Mishnah Aleph. Metzorfin shkolim ledarkoinois mipnei masui haderech. The collectors of the half shekel would be allowed to convert or combine their half shkolim that they've collected into a coinage of a higher denomination, ledarkoinos, golden coins, and they could do this mipnei masui haderech because of the weight this would help them carrying, so that they shouldn't carry so many half shkolim. They therefore could carry larger coins. Mipnei masui haderech, because of the weight they're carrying on the way. A new halacha. Kashem shehoyu shofros b'mikdash, just as there were shofros, and these were like boxes shaped like a shofar, wider at the base and narrower at the top, in fact bent, and people could place their half shkolim in these containers. They were shaped like this so that nobody could put their hand inside and take from these half shkolim. So just like there were these shofros, these boxes shaped like a shofar, b'mikdash, by the Beis HaMikdash, kach hoyu shofros b'medina. So they had these boxes to place the half shkolim, b'medina. B'medina, explains the Bartanura, either means outside the Beis HaMikdash area, elsewhere in Yerushalayim, or according to the Rambam, b'medina means outside Yerushalayim entirely. Elsewhere, they would have these boxes so that people could place their half shkolim into them. B'nei ho'ir, people from a city, shesholchu es shikleihem, they sent their shkolim with a messenger to take to Yerushalayim. V'nignavu oshe ovdu, and sadly they were stolen or they got lost. Im nitroma hatruma nishpoim lagizborin. What would happen? The half shkolim would be taken to Yerushalayim, and, as learnt in later Mishnayos, at certain times the treasurers would remove the shkolim from the chamber where they were kept to buy the korbanos. When the treasurers did this, they took some of these half shkolim to buy the korbanos, the communal korbanos, and they would say that the money they were utilizing to buy the korbanos was on behalf of all those shkolim which were collected, all those shkolim which were on their way and perhaps hadn't yet reached Yerushalayim, or indeed those shkolim which hadn't yet been collected but would be collected. The money was being utilized on behalf of the whole of Klal Yisrael in this way. Therefore, im nitra ma hatruma, if the treasurers had lifted up to purchase the korbanos from these half shkolim, and this happened prior to the theft. Therefore, at the time of the theft, these half shkolim already belonged to the Beis HaMikdash, because when the treasurers had lifted up the money, they'd said it's on behalf of everybody, and therefore they now own all those half shkolim, some of which had not yet reached Yerushalayim. So im nitruma hatruma, and then the theft took place. The theft is therefore from the Beis HaMikdash property, and therefore the people, the messengers, and let's assume they were a shomer chinam, they were doing this job without being paid perhaps, nishpoim, they would have to make a shavua, for example, that they weren't negligent. They would make this shavua legizborim, to the treasurers of the Beis HaMikdash, and then be free. However, v'im lav, if the theft took place prior to the treasurers lifting up the money from the chamber to buy the korbanos, and therefore as that hadn't taken place yet, the theft was the theft of the half shkolim, which belonged still to the individuals. The shomer, the messenger, nishpoim livnei hoya, they would make a shvua to those members of the city from where they'd collected the money, and then be free. Uvnei hoya, in that case, the bnei hoya, the people from that city, shoiklin tachteim, would have to take a half a shekel once again, because at this stage they hadn't yet given their half shekel to the Beis HaMikdash. If subsequently nimtsu'u, they found these lost shkolim in this second case, where it took place prior to the treasurers lifting up the money in the Beis HaMikdash, or the ganovim decided to return back these half shkolim. So in this case, there are two sets of shkolim: the original shkolim and the additional shkolim that were given because the people thought that the shkolim were lost or stolen. Eilu vu eilu shkolim. They both have the status of shkolim, and more than that, ve'ein oilin lohem l'shana haba, they cannot be used as credit in a future year. They must be used at that time.